So I've been keeping a secret from you. I'm becoming an Enneagram coach, and I'm taking you along for the journey. For a long time, I've seen people online promoting their Enneagram coaching services, and these are my honest thoughts about that. Number one, why would you pay money for an Enneagram coach when you can just learn it yourself? Number two, money and time would be better spent going to a licensed therapist. And number three, what the heck is Enneagram coaching? Because I actually don't know. So as your internet Enneagram big sister, I decided to find out. I reached out to Beth McCord of Your Enneagram Coach and asked her for free access to her Becoming an Enneagram Coach course. In return, I'm going to be giving my honest opinion about what it's like to become an Enneagram Coach and tell you about this particular course and what I think about it. My goal for this journey is to answer 5 main questions for you and for myself. Number 1, what is an Enneagram Coach? Number 2, what is it like to become an Enneagram Coach? Number 3, will the things I learn have any real impact on my day-to-day life? Number 4, is becoming a coach a valuable way to spend your time and money? And finally, number 5, should you hire your own Enneagram Coach? I will be making 3 videos in this series, one for each month of the 12-week course, where I will explore these questions and give you my honest discoveries. I want to note that this video is not sponsored, but I was gifted the course for free, and I am also an affiliate. So if you sign up to become an Enneagram Coach through the link in my description, I will receive a small percentage of that purchase. However, I want you to know that if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna be pulling any punches. I mean, I'm not punching anyone, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion so that you can put your best foot forward when you're going into this Enneagram Coach realm, whether you want to become a coach, whether you want to hire a coach, or whether you're just curious. With that said, let's see how week 1 went. Okay, I am on day 2 of becoming an Enneagram Coach, and I wanted to share some things that have already been sticking out to me. Helping your clients or helping yourself become aware of your insides can actually increase your compassion and understanding for other people. And then instead of getting like super stressed and cranky whenever like you don't understand what's going on or like you're just feeling like really overwhelmed, instead of, having those emotions go over you and then reacting the way that you always do in defense, you can ask yourself clarifying questions using the tool of the Enneagram. Also, I just moved in, and so I'm working in the kitchen right now. This is my desk. Eventually, I'll just show you because maybe you'll see like the way my house is progressing. But this is my new desk right here. It's in plastic wrap. It probably won't be a desk for a while, and I don't even want to show you this because I'm a little embarrassed, but this is what my living room looks like right now. So yep, the kitchen is where I'm working right now, and it is a good, beautiful space, and I'm happy to be here. So I am on the support track with the Your Enneagram Coach course, which basically means that I have access to a weekly group Zoom call with a bunch of other potential or working towards being Enneagram coaches. So basically just a bunch of Enneagram nerds like me. And I missed the first 2 Zoom calls the last 2 weeks because I got married. So I was kind of all over the place and just didn't have time to hop in on the call, but today was the first time that I was able to do that. So in the Zoom class today, we went over Enneagram paths and instinctual subtypes, and I felt really, honestly, overwhelmed when I was reading through everything about the paths and the subtypes on my own. So it was really helpful to have like a group of people to like talk through it, because to be honest, when I first started learning about the Enneagram, and even posting videos about the Enneagram, I got a lot of comments about subtypes, like, what about sexual subtype, or what about self-preservation? And I was like, what the heck are you guys talking about? I'm finding that subtypes are really helpful when you are very confused about your Enneagram number. So if like all signs point that you're an 8, but you don't have the behaviors of a typical 8, look at the subtypes because there is a lot of things here that help explain kind of what's going on. So I just wanted to pop on and give you kind of a mid-month update. To be honest, I'm feeling like a little overwhelmed by how much information I'm taking in, a little overwhelmed by making time to learn all of this stuff amidst working my full-time job and we moved and getting married. But on the other hand, it's also been kind of a nice distraction of like, it feels like I'm taking care of myself. Anyway, Beth is gonna be on the call next week, so I'm really excited for that. And I am honestly pretty behind in learning. And next week we're supposed to be going over triads and stances, which is on page 79. And I am currently only on page 21. So I've got a lot of learning to do before now and next Thursday. Good morning, Abby here. It is week 3, Thursday morning, and I am really behind on everything I need to have learned by today at 11 for the call. So I'm gonna do like some cramming right now and try to get through some things so that I can kind of be up to date and know what everyone is talking about on the call. So let's do that. I'm gonna go sit outside with my husband and work on that. For me, the tri-types were really confusing. I did not know what was going on.
You're right. And so the beauty of the Enneagram is it can be, in some ways, very simplistic. If you focus on the core motivations with people, you're going to get so far. Because that's where so much of the other stuff is stemming from.
So as you could tell, I was feeling frustrated with learning about the tri-types, the tri-type archetype. It seemed honestly like too much, like too far. Like it just was like, you're making this way more confusing than it needs to be. And I felt a little angry. I was like, why? This is nuts. It's like there's 27 tri-type archetypes, each with a descriptive name, blah, 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 blah. I was feeling a little angry and I don't know why. I just felt like it was just like, shouldn't be this hard. But then when I brought that up in the call, Beth said that the beauty of the Enneagram is that it really is quite simple. She mentioned that the tri-types in itself is like something that you could have an entire course on. And really, you don't need to go into it. The only way she would see someone needing to learn about tri-types is if they were having a really difficult time choosing between a couple of different numbers for their main type. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I thought that your time and money would be better spent on a licensed therapist. And I still agree. Enneagram coaches should never hesitate to point people towards a therapist or a counselor. Quite plainly, and Enneagram coaches know this, we are not equipped, and I'm not a coach yet, but I'm using the we are not equipped to deal with that. Therapists spend years in school learning these things, and Enneagram coaches are not therapists. So if you want a therapist, get a therapist. I am in therapy. I have done therapy my whole life pretty much, and I highly recommend go get a therapist. Spend your money on a therapist. However, if you are looking to deepen your understanding of the Enneagram and you have time and money to spare and want to do that, then go for it. Get an Enneagram coach. Number 2, another question I posed in the beginning of this video is, what is an Enneagram coach? So Enneagram coaching is a fairly new field, but essentially an Enneagram coach is someone who has learned a lot about the Enneagram from an Enneagram expert and applies their deeper understanding of the Enneagram to help others understand themselves. And number 3, faith. The specific course I'm taking, Beth McCord's Enneagram certification, is a faith-based course, and I wanted to clarify that in this video. This course is different than other coaching programs because it offers a gospel-centered approach and it integrates biblical teaching into the Enneagram to help bring transformation into your life. Personally, I would say that if you're a Christian, a BEC certified coach would be a really great fit, a great way to
look at your spirituality, look at your faith, look at your Enneagram type, and kind of integrate all of those together. And lastly, this is bonus number 4. I promised, I think week 2, to like keep you updated on our home and like decor and stuff that we're doing. So I'm currently sitting in the living room, and it is looking much more like a living room. And I am actually sharing all of those like updates on my Instagram at Enneagram with Abby. So if you want to see how my desk has turned out, and I'm actually using it as a desk now, which is awesome. It's no longer wrapped in saran wrap. That is the end of month 1 of becoming an Enneagram coach. So it flew by. There's so much information to receive. So I think the word I would put for this month would be overwhelmed. So my goal for month 2 is to find some peace and joy. As a 3, I think I see a task and I'm like, I must accomplish this task, and there will be no fun until you do the task. So I think I want to try to bring in some joy, and I don't know what that looks like, but I will bring you along for the journey. So yeah, I guess I will see you next month after month 2.